Next, let's talk about the straps. So the straps themselves look about the same compared to the V1 and the V2, or should I say Generation 2, not necessarily the V2. Uh, they are about the same buckle. If you take a look, it's same kind of design. They move forward and then slide out as this one does, and then this one's the same way as well, as you can tell. Very easy to mess with, very easy to snap back in place. Same with this one. But a notable difference is the straps. So when you had the Generation 1 shoe, the straps were just loose. There was no Velcro. It was just a straight strap, which isn't necessarily a big deal because it will lean against the shoe. However, as you're walking, if your feet are tied in this and you have this down tight, it'll slowly start to unwind itself because there isn't anything keeping it down. With the Gen 2s, they have fixed that by adding a little bit of Velcro to the strap. So when you have these cinched down the way you want it, and Velcro down, this won't dangle, and the Velcro will keep it in place, keeping this tight to your foot. Now, only time will tell as I wear these more and more often if the Velcro will keep it in place. But I have no reason why to think it wouldn't. Okay, moving on. Let's take a look at the build quality between the two shoes. So, at face value, I will say again that I did wear these a lot. You can tell the build quality is decent, albeit a little lax with certain threads coming loose over time. Again, not necessarily a design flaw, it's more or less just a few months of wear and tear, because these were my daily shoes for a while, just to kind of wear them in and break them in. And then if you look at the sole, you have the iconic paw print on the not the heel, the tip of the foot. And then you also have the VR logo at the bottom. But you will notice that the lining of the shoe is starting to come up in the back. And it's not necessarily through wear and tear per se, but you can definitely tell that it is starting to come loose and seems like it has stretched out beyond where it was actually supposed to be. If you look at the other shoe, the lining itself is built around the wall of the shoe, and maybe it's because it's two-tone, and maybe that will happen as I wear these more and more often. But that being said, it seems like the build quality is a lot better with the version 2, or generation 2, excuse me, of these shoes. Not to mention, the leather itself is just very comfortable and very soft. It just feels like a better build quality on the Generation 2 than it does on the Generation 1, which isn't bad by any stretch, but it definitely feels like there isn't much there. Like, for instance, just to talk about the wings of the shoe, you can tell that there isn't really much there. But if you look at the wings of this, it's all one piece. There is no wing per se, it's just connected to the shoe. So there isn't much play there, and it's all cushion. So you definitely have a lot more comfort when it's tight on your foot compared to the Generation 1. And then lastly, let's talk about the front of the shoe and the profile of the shoe. So as you can see on the Generation 1, they opted to use these little straps here, which isn't necessarily a big deal, but it just feels like it's a lot looser on the foot. Whereas if you look at this one, much thicker straps that definitely have a little bit more like tension to them. It doesn't feel like they would stretch out. And then if you look at the details of the shoe, you can see these nice white threads that end up coming into the center to toe beans of the shoe. If you look over here, this one also has it, but they're a little bit more, maybe this could be because of wear, but they are definitely a lot darker on the threads, but also the same basic design as well. All in all, the Generation 1 shoe was definitely a good start to a shoe, but I have to say that the Generation 2 is definitely something that will be something I wear for a very long time. So, that's it. That is the end of this comparison between the Generation 1 and the Generation 2 shoe. If you haven't bought them yet, I would highly recommend buying these shoes, especially if you like werewolves, if you just enjoy the idea of having feet paws. These definitely fit the bill. And with the added comfort of memory foam soles, along with the extra padding around the ankle and the stretchy band on top and the Velcro strap, it just seems like it's a win all around and definitely a step up from the Generation 1 in my opinion. Now that being said, I will have to return these shoes because of the change in size, because I didn't know the accuracy would be smaller on a size 11 than it would be on a size 12. But I'm returning them for an exchange. I really like these shoes, especially the gray colorway, and the other colorways that are coming out are just all the more eye-popping if you're looking for something that is subtle and is unique in a sense. But that is it. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you have a awesome day.